All right, well, it's time in this video to get you started getting your presence beginning on the internet, okay? And before we get your hosting set up and get everything going with your blog, and by the way, if you've already done the step in the past, maybe you've heard of someone else talking about the fact that you need to blog and be on the internet, and you've already set up hosting and got a blog started, don't worry, at the end of this video, I'm going to point you to some additional resources that'll make sure that you're on the right track in terms of getting further training to help make that blogging experience better for you. So either way, if you've already got the hosting set up, pay attention to the beginning part of this video, and then towards the end of the video, I'll have stuff for you. And of course, if you've never done anything yet with this, that's what the point of this video is for, is to take you step by step, get your blog set up on the internet live so we can then begin training you on how to use it. All right. Now, before we jump into that, I just wanted to show you something here from the Attraction Marketing Formula. Remember, in the last video, I really encourage you to go pick up this book. And if you haven't picked the book up yet, I'll put a link below this video so you can go do that. I highly encourage you to do it because inside this book is a wealth of information that goes into even greater detail and dives deeper into a lot of the concepts that I've given you in the past couple of videos. Now, I just want to bring you a really quick excerpt from this book because it really is important in terms of what we're doing here today on this video. And it plays into what I shared with you in the past videos. That is this. In chapter 3, where Fernie's talking about how to brand your business. I love what he says here because it's been my experience as well, as I've built not only network marketing businesses over the years, but my online business. And that the real value and asset in your home business is not the product you promote, nor the MLM company you signed up with. The real asset is you. That's your business. I want you to start really internalizing this now as we go forward. Your real business is your brand, your face, your vitality, your confidence, your enthusiasm, your solution. And he goes further into something that I've already mentioned to you, but you got to keep bringing this back until it really is inside you. You're serving others. You're solving people's problems. You're building relationships, and you're providing ongoing value. That's when you become highly valued in the eyes of the other people out there. You know, there's a quote out there by Charles Munger where he talks about, do you deserve what you say you want? You know, the paraphrasing, the world isn't crazy yet enough to give people what they want to people who don't deserve what they want. Meaning, have you really gone out there and served other people's needs? That's what getting an online presence and doing it correctly will do for you, is have people looking at you like the person they really want to work with. A great example he uses here is Dr. Phil. You know, it's kind of funny. He says here, you know, hopefully he's a good therapist. There might be other therapists better than him, but because he's on television and always providing, you know, tips and ideas and things to people like him. Okay, it kind of makes sense. Now, jumping over to a website by a man named Perry Marshall. Now, Perry Marshall has nothing to do with network marketing. He's an online marketing person. I've been following this guy since 2004, so I can vouch for the fact that he's been around a long time and he puts out great quality stuff. He's more of a teacher on how to use Google AdWords and Facebook ads. But he was in Amway way back. He has network marketing experience, and he talks a lot about how even though he didn't continue with network marketing, it really taught him a lot about marketing and got him started on the path he's on now. And I found something very interesting from him, which is this article he wrote called The Myth of Duplication. And I find it interesting because, you know, we always talk about duplication when we're building our network marketing businesses. And one of the things he says here is, look, duplication is bad, bad, bad. In MLM land, the key to success is duplication. Hundreds, thousands of people duplicate your efforts, and that's how you multiply your time. Truth is, duplication in marketing is always bad, not good. Duplication is, by definition, copying a USP. Again, a unique selling proposition. And we'll get more into that in further down the road videos. When you copy a USP, it's not unique anymore. It's the same. It's diluted of your biggest asset. Duplication is basically making you into a commodity, and you don't want to be a commodity. Realize this: duplication in manufacturing is great. Duplication in printing is great. Duplication of systems and processes is great. Down here, though, this is the key. Duplication is an illusion. Think about this. Anytime you see someone who's really successful in MLM, it's because he or she is not doing the same thing as everybody else. You know, everybody says, just follow the system, do this, and the system works for you. It's not true. It's because they're not duplicating, not because they are. It's not just that they're working harder either, although they might be going running Mach 2 with their hair on fire, right? At the bare minimum, they have more personality, more flair, more magnetism, more charisma. They have a unique voice, a unique story to tell, a uniquely compelling energy. Now that part's true, especially when someone's building offline, kind of the old guys, you know, the old school guys who are A-type personalities and just killing it, doing all the offline 3-foot rule, calling their friends and family, all that kind of stuff. Again, we're talking about the internet now. It's very different. So even what Perry is saying here, I disagree with a little bit, in that you don't have to have magnetism and all this charisma and flair on the internet. Here's why. The internet levels the playing field because you can even be a very shy introvert and do very well. You may not realize this, but I grew up in high school painfully shy. I was a very shy person. By nature, I'm an introvert. I'm the guy who'd rather at a party sit in the corner and just quietly watch what's going on. I'm not the life of the party type guy. I'm a quiet person. I get my energy being by myself. If I'm around a lot of people, I have to kind of eventually go back and be by myself to kind of re-energize. So if you can relate to that a little bit, even though I'm like that, I've been able to succeed on the internet in different things that I've done, because the internet allows you to use the written word, for example, where you can really edit it and make it the way you want, and then once it's ready, it just sits there and lives forever. Or you can do a video. This is not my first run through of this video. Sometimes I have to do different takes to really get the video to come across and get my information and not stumble over my words, right? So it's okay. You don't have to be perfect and all that kind of stuff when you're using the internet. And that's what's great about this. And some of that stuff I'll bring out more in future videos once we've got your presence done online and we talk about, okay, now it's time to use this system that I'm helping you set up. But I want you to realize that, and I want you to again go back to some of these people I already showed you in previous videos, like the Pajama Bosses, Ray Higdon, some of these leaders in the industry, the Meltons, Lawrence Tam, and then going back even to some of the websites I showed you where representatives are doing a very good job of using the internet to provide value and then bring in their network marketing business to their visitors when it's the right time to do that. You know, the coffee website for Organo Gold, the person that I found in Plexus, the person that's in Arbonne, the person that's doing the aromatherapy site, and so on. All of these people and the leaders that I showed you, and the 4 leaders I showed you, there's dozens of leaders in the MLM world using blogging and all that stuff. They have a unique selling proposition. Going back to Perry's thing here, they are not doing the same thing as everybody else. They've all created a uniquely different blog website that sets them apart. They're not trying to do the system that duplicates and doing everything that everybody else in their network marketing company is doing. If you're doing that, or you think that's the way to do it, I'm just here to tell you, and Perry's here to tell you, and all those leaders are here to tell you, it's not the way to do it. What I'm going to show you next is the way to do it. So, with all that said, now let's get into setting up your hosting and your blog and so on. What I want you to do is jump over to this particular URL, and I'm going to put a link to it below the video. mattzavadil.com/hosting. mattzavadil.com/hosting. So go ahead and open up another tab in your computer there and go ahead and go to that particular URL. Now, when you get to that URL, what you're going to come to is this website here from Bluehost. Now, just so you do know, let me just pop up back here again and let you know that this URL I just gave you is an affiliate link. And I tell you that because I can give you all this free training and not charge you some kind of crazy $2,000 a month from me, because some of the tools that I'm going to bring forth to you that I use, I only bring forth tools that I use, and so that we can work on them together inside your system. Quite a few of them have affiliate programs. So I'm going to give you the affiliate product link like I just did here with Bluehost, and you're not going to pay anything more than if you went to them just directly. But Bluehost takes a little piece of what you pay for your hosting and provides it to me in an upfront commission. And that's how I'm able to give away a lot of this information for free and training for free because of that. So I just want you to realize that and be upfront about that. However, what you want to do here and understand is, why am I recommending Bluehost? There's a couple of reasons. Well, more than a couple. Number one, I've been using Bluehost for all of my blogs since 2007 was when I first found Bluehost. I find that their support is absolutely fantastic. I can always get a hold of them because it's 24/7, and they do it through chat, they do it through email, and they do it through phone. So no matter which way you like to get your support from, you can get it that way. They're US based, they're reliable, they've got a 99.9% uptime rate, meaning that basically 100% of the time your blog is going to be available online for you. They're very easy to use, and in fact, a free piece of software that I'm going to show you how to use at the end of this video, that's going to be the software that you're going to use to actually run your website, that we're going to attach to your hosting account, is something called WordPress. You may have heard that before. Well, WordPress is WordPress hosts almost a million. Bluehost hosts almost a million WordPress blogs, and WordPress actually puts out a recommendation of the hosts they recommend, and they only recommend 3, and the number 1 host they recommend is Bluehost. I think that's important. They give you unlimited everything, okay? Disk space, bandwidth, domains, email accounts, all that stuff. It's very affordable, as you're going to see here in just a moment. And they've got some pretty cool values. I mean, for example, it's one of the very few hosts you can find out there, if this is important to you, that doesn't allow adult businesses to set up their websites through them. So that's why I use Bluehost. Those are basically the reasons I use them. I've continued to use them since 2007. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through this, and at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some Bluehost specific videos they've put out to give you some further information before I get you to my next video. So we're going to make sure you've got all the information you need here to get set up. So here we go. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is, when you're on this page, you're going to click on the Get Started Now. After you go to the mattzavidal.com/hosting link there that I gave you, and you're going to come to this page right here. And let me see if maybe I can enlarge this a little bit for you to make it a little more clear on the video here. And there we go. And I would just recommend that you go with the plus in the middle here. That's the most popular plan that they have, that most of us go with. It's always been the plan I've gone with. And so when it gets you all the unlimited stuff that I've mentioned to you. And when you're ready to go to the next page, just go ahead and click on Select, either at the top or the bottom there, those green Select buttons. And then you're going to come to this page where you can enter either a domain name that you have already over here on the right-hand side, or you can just enter a brand new domain right here on the left-hand side. Okay. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about setting up, or figuring out which domain name you're going to use here. If you want to get a different domain later on, it's like $11 or $12 a year to add different domains to your account. It's not that big of an issue there. They do have an option here. I think if you, before I do that, let me just say, you might want to get yourname.com, like you see me doing with my mattzavidal.com website. That might be something you'll use down the road. Or if you've already got an idea based on your network marketing company and the niche that you're in, like the aromatherapy, if she had like easyaromatherapyrecipes.com, or the lippylashesinlove.com, I think it was, for the makeup girl there that was doing Arbonne. If you have an idea like that already, fine, go ahead and use it. But I think once you're on this page, if you go ahead if you kind of like take your cursor and act like you're going to close your browser, or don't actually close it, but just kind of bring it over to the top right and act like you are going to close it, this little thing pops up from these guys, and it does give you an option to continue without selecting a domain name right now. And you can just click on Choose Free Domain Name Later. It's kind of a neat option. They didn't have this years ago. It's kind of a newer thing. And you can choose that later. So you might want to just do that. Just go ahead and choose Free Domain Name Later, because in future videos, I'm actually going to be giving you some specific training and some help on how you select domain names and the best way to kind of think that through. All right, so then once you do that, then you just go ahead here to the next page. It's going to pop up for you, and you fill in your information. your basic account information that you fill in whenever you order anything online, be it your name, your address, the email address that you want them to send everything to, and then you're going to select your package information. Now your package information, this is where it shows you the costs involved for getting everything set up. Now they give you the lowest price per month based on a 3-year plan. And I would also recommend, you really don't need Site Backup Pro, and you really don't need the SiteLock security stuff. You can always add that stuff in later. I wouldn't worry about it. If you don't want to go with the 3-year plan in this case, which would be a total of $214, which would pay for the entire 3 years all up front. So if you look at it that way, you're basically paying, what is that? That's like around $71 a year to have your hosting ready to go for the next 3 years. Or you can go ahead and click on this and say, no, I just want to get the 24-month price at $695 and just do $166 today. Or no, I want to go ahead and do the 12-month pricing at $795 a month and do it for $95 to get everything set up. So anyway you want to do that, that's fine. Just go ahead and select one of those. And then go down here to your payment information section, of course, and put in your credit card information for them so that they can get things started for you. And then down here you just got to click on I have read and agree to Bluehost's terms of service, cancellation policy, privacy policy. You can go ahead and click on these and read through those if you like. It's just a basic legalese that all of us have to agree to when we buy our hosting. Okay. And regarding our cancellation policy, you can always cancel. They actually have a 30-day money-back guarantee and all this stuff, so you're covered on all those types of issues. When you're done with that, just click on Submit. I'm not going to click on Submit because I've already got my account set up, of course, and all my domain names in there. But when you click on Submit, the next page you come to, it is going to ask you to set up a password for your account, so you have a password to log into. And it's also going to give you a couple of different things they'll try to upsell you into. I just recommend just avoid all that stuff. It's all good stuff, but you really don't need it right now. And you can always choose to add on some of that stuff later on down the line when you're more advanced and you need some of that information attached to your website. So just avoid all that and just get straight to getting your password set up on the next page. And then when you have that set up, you'll get an email from Bluehost with all your information and how to log in and all that kind of stuff. And then so let's log in so I can show you what to do next to get WordPress attached to your hosting account. All right, now you've gotten the email from Bluehost, and whether you click on the link in your email to go over back to log in or you just go back to bluehost.com, up here at the top right you'll see a little login button. And you just click on that and then you use your login information to log in. Okay, so I'm going to log in, but I'm going to pause the video so that my login information doesn't become public knowledge. So hold on one second. All right, so now I'm logged into my Bluehost back office. So this is where you're gonna see the same thing basically. Sometimes Bluehost, like every company, does kind of change the format of how things look. So if you're watching this video after a time when that's happened, it might look a little bit different, but it's not going to be that much different. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down, make this a little bigger again. You're going to scroll down here and find the section labeled website right here where it says website. Okay, so make sure you find that inside your account here, and then there's a button here that says install WordPress. So what you're going to do is click on install WordPress, and when you do that, you're going to come to a page. Now my page that I clicked on, that I come to, is going to look a little bit different than yours because I already have an established account. So for that reason, I am going to provide you a Bluehost video that goes over how to attach WordPress when you have a brand new account. So let's go ahead and jump into that.
Okay, well let's dive in and install WordPress on your Bluehost hosting account. First, you'll need to log into your account at bluehost.com, type in your primary domain, password, and click Submit. This is the Bluehost control panel. It has a lot of great tools, but for right now, we just need to find WordPress. So go down to the website section and click on WordPress. This will redirect you to the Mojo Marketplace, where you can find a bunch of great professional themes and plugins for WordPress. For now, all we need to do is click the big green Install button. Now, we have a choice in this drop-down window of which domain we want to install WordPress to. Go ahead and pick the domain and click Check Domain. WordPress then checks the domain to make sure nothing else is installed on it. If there is a previous install, it will ask if you want to override it. Once it's finished checking the domain, we get these options. Click on Advanced Options so we can set up our site title, in my case, the name of my restaurant, and change admin username and password. I would strongly encourage doing this. WordPress as a default makes your email address the username and then generates a very secure yet difficult to remember password. It is really unwise to use the default username WordPress creates for you. It makes your site more susceptible to hacks. So I'll enter the new username I just came up with right here. Now for a password, pick something you can remember or write it down if necessary, but make sure it is strong and secure by using a capital letter, a number, and a symbol like a $sign or an exclamation point. Sorry, this is all very exciting to me. Once you're happy with your new credentials, make sure to agree to the terms and conditions. Next, click Install, and Mojo will go to work installing WordPress on your account. A window may appear suggesting possible themes. Just click out of that, and it's done. You're now ready to hit the ground running. In the next video, I'll show you the website we'll be making, as well as helping familiarize you with the WordPress dashboard. We'll see you soon.
All right, there you have it. Now, at this point, here's your action steps you should have had done are setting up your Bluehost hosting account and now having WordPress attached to that so we can begin building your blog out. Now, what I've done is on a blog post of mine, which is right here, and I'll put the link below the video so you can just click on it, but this is what this is the link you want to be going to, mattzavadil.com/how to start a blog. Okay, at this post, at the bottom of the post, I've put 10 total videos from this guy at Bluehost. You already saw an excerpt from video number 1. Feel free to watch the whole thing and then go on to video number 2. But there's some great information here, like how to log into your WordPress dashboard, how to create pages in WordPress, how to create your posts, how to do categories and tags, installing plugins, stuff about your theme, navigation menus, user profiles, and how to market your WordPress website. Now, these are very good videos. I will say, however, that in my personal opinion, I find them lacking in a lot of detail. A lot of it assumes you already know a little bit about blogging and WordPress and doing all this. So in future videos from me, I'm going to expand on all this stuff because when I learn something new, I really like someone that takes me by the hand and not only show me what I should be doing, but also explain some of the theory behind it. Why are we doing it? I think that's very important. And I know in my time working with other people, a lot of people seem to like that way of learning and respect that. So you can go to this post at the top here. You'll see when you go to it, it's a beginner step-by-step guide in starting your blog. At the top, I've just put here instructions in the written word and using images on what I've already shown you in this video how to do through video. So you probably don't need this, but if you want it, if you like to learn through written word and pictures, I also have it here, so that'll be helpful to you. But in the meantime, before you get my next video, go ahead and watch him and kind of get some learning under your belt. But that's what's coming. We're going to start going into details on getting your blog set up, how to start using it so that you are getting leads. You're getting, well, first of all, you're getting traffic from your target market, people that are interested in the niche that your network marketing company puts you in, and then how to start generating leads, how to start talking to those people properly, how to give them value, all the stuff that we've talked about previously. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of how to do it. So that's it. You should have, again, Bluehost hosting account set up, WordPress attached to it at a bare minimum. That should be done now. Get into some of these videos and then watch out for my next video.